Hey, what up? It's Khalil with Sales Story Ninja, and I want to share with you the good things that have happened this week on a Good Friday episode of Sales Story Ninja Radio. Aloha.
Aloha! Follow me as I share with you what I learned back on the sales line. I'm Khalil McCabe, and this is Sales Story Ninja.
Hey, what up? It's Khalil with Sales Story Ninja Radio, and I'm here. I want to talk about what's been going on and what's been changing. So this week has been awesome. It was actually my very first week of taking calls. So for those of you who don't know, a couple of weeks ago, the entire world shut down. We're in the middle of the COVID thing, and so my job actually shut its offices, shut its doors. I was selling timeshare for one of the largest, or I think it's the largest timeshare company in the world. I was a sales trainer at the time. They had asked me to come down to be a sales rep, which is awesome, and that's one of the reasons I put this whole podcast together, and why I'm starting Sales Story Ninja, being able to share my content out there and be able to help people who have been in sales. And so in that process of my life changing and things changing around me, I had to figure out, so what am I going to do? What am I going to do between now and when I get back? And I think for a lot of people, this whole time really froze them. It really got them scared. I think one of my best friends, he lives on Maui, and he and I were chatting the other day. It's probably a few days ago now. I think I talked about it in my other podcast, but we were talking, and he was just, he didn't know what to do with himself. He's like, dude, I'm like working around the house. I don't know what to do. And I was sharing with him what I had been doing, which was I realized the skill set I had. And, you know, one of the things that I preached as a trainer is that this skill set you can take wherever you want. It's not a skill set that's just for timeshare. It's not just something that you're going to use while you're on a sales floor, you know, selling timeshare to people. Like, this is something that you can use at home, learning how to get somebody to open up, learning how to connect, learning how to communicate, learning how to listen properly. Like, that's all the skill sets that we develop in sales. You know, I think the other day I was kind of trying to figure out my style. Somebody asked me, what is my style of sale? And I think I'm really consultative. I do a lot of listening, a lot of understanding, a lot of trying to figure out where people are at, and being able to present a solution that resolves their needs that come from it. And that's why a lot of my content talks about the pain and finding out where somebody's pain is, because until there's a need to resolve that pain, until there's a pain there to be resolved, it's going to be really difficult to get somebody to take action right now. Like, people will take action, they like ideas, but until the pain is great enough to take action, unless the pain to not take action is so great that they start taking action on it, that's when things happen, that's when change happens. And so anyway, with all of that, get off my high horse and kind of tell you guys what happened. So what had happened is about, let's see, if it's Good Friday today, a week ago, I would say about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I actually clicked on a Facebook ad, that was by a group called Inbound Closers. And what they're doing is they're basically training people to become closers, do what we do in timeshare all day long. And what they do is they actually allowed us, they trained us and they went through the sales process. It was pretty cool because they're very in-house style, which is very much my style, which is listen, understand people. And their job is to get people to commit to buy their product or service over the phone in about a 45-minute to an hour presentation. And if we're doing it right, we're listening, we're isolating, we're building pain, we're doing all the stuff that I normally teach in a sales process, but I'm getting to hear it in a totally different realm. Like, most of the stuff I learned either came from cars or came from the timeshare industry. Well, I'm learning this in the back end of a digital industry. We're talking about online sales. We're talking about people that sell marketing services, people that sell advertising services, people that sell, entrepreneurship, coaching, those types of businesses. And the truth is, at this point in time, everybody's home. So everybody in their ante are looking to be able to promote sales or have sales happen, because right now nobody's out there to make money. And so it's been really interesting watching this change. And for me, I wanted to make sure I was proactive about it. I wanted to make sure I took action on it. And that's why I started publishing. And this is so important about why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, is because everything I do right now needs to be with conscious effort, knowing that I don't know how long we have. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the sales line in May, in June. I need to figure something out. And so what I ended up doing was I connected with these guys and I got into their, what is the word? I keep thinking the word. People keep asking me how I got some of the leads I got, but into their certification program. And I got into their certification program, and it's called, the group is called Inbound Closers. And I got into the group, got into their certification program, and basically last Thursday, I started to reach out to people. I kind of finished the training in about 4 to 5 days. It's 3 weeks worth of training, but I did in 4 to 5 days because I have nothing else to do during the day except consume content. And so I was consuming it, understanding it, practicing it. And so I started to reach out to Roleplay. I reached out on Thursday last week to Roleplay with somebody. and Lucas, what's up? Thank you, Lucas. So we hooked up to start role-playing. And he reached out. We set up a Zoom call for Friday morning. And we were role-playing. First I did it with him, then he did it with me. Either way, he went first and then I went second. And when I went, it was a little nerve-wracking, but he goes, man, you sound good. And I'm like, cool. Like, that was literally my first time role-playing and practicing. He goes, you seem very fluid, you seem very comfortable, you did a good job digging up the pain points. And so that worked. Like, I was really glad that it worked well. And so yeah, I think there's a lot of positives there that I took from it. And what I'm going to do is actually on my Facebook group, the art and science of selling timeshare sales, I'm actually going to upload my role play with Lucas over there. So if you want to go ahead and see that, go ahead and check out the Facebook group, apply to join the Facebook group, and I'll go ahead and let you in. But when you do that, you'll see a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be, like a lot of my content stuff. You'll get to hear a lot of my phone calls that I do, just so you can hear what it is we do, how it is we talk, what it is we're looking for. And so we got to role play a lot that day, and it was really good. I was able to really just follow the script. I think that's the biggest thing, is just being able to follow the script, because even though I was doing my best to listen, the script kept me on track to make sure I was following the right questions. It's like doing a really, really good discovery. It's like doing a really, really good discovery and asking for those pain points. Like, why didn't you? Why haven't you? Some of the questions you ask are, okay, so how long have you been in business? Okay, and why even give us a call? Why come in here? Why reach out to us? So questions like that get people to really start opening up. Well, I had this problem. I said, okay, so how long have you had that problem? 6 months. So why haven't we fixed it yet? Like, questions like that to get people to go, oh, like, this is for real. Like, this is the emotion. Like, people have to go through that process themselves. And so as I did the role play, he goes, I know this is a fake scenario, but at the end of this, I was ready to hire you instantly, based on what it is that we went over. And our scenario was a little different. It was about how to get a client, how to get somebody to hire me to go ahead and sell for them. And so that's a role play scenario. In the meantime, I think also that Thursday it was actually early morning right after my role play, or I don't know if it was early morning that day or the day prior. Later in the day on Thursday, after I'd set up the role play, an opportunity came up, and because I was part of the certification program, I was able to get on the list for the opportunity. I submitted for the opportunity, and what I liked about it was a real estate business, which I do have some background in real estate, and it was they talked about sales funnels and lead generation, and so even though I'm not an expert in that, I'm able to talk around those, and so it really fit what I was looking for. The big negative was I'd have to reach out and start doing some lead generation of my own initially, which, you know what, truth is, if I want it bad enough, I'll figure it out. And I think for me, that's going to be one of the challenges that I definitely going to talk about over the next couple of, hey, what's up? That's going to be one of the challenges that I do talk about over the next couple of episodes. You guys will hear how that plays out. But the big thing is I was able to reach out. I got an email, I think, on Friday. I emailed out on Friday and sent my resume and everything. I think Friday morning. By late Friday, I got a response back, and my resume looked good. My cover letter was good. I actually worked with my wife on the cover letter. Thank you, Janelle. Really, really appreciate it. Just making sure I clean up and, again, work on the verbiage I use, because everything you do is a sale. My cover letter was a sale. My resume was a sales pitch. Every little thing I did, even the initial greeting, is my sales pitch. And so I remember on that call, so we set up a call for the following morning. This was Saturday morning. And prior to that, obviously, I'm going to do a little bit of research. And the night before, I was looking up the owner of the company. And there was something that I saw on YouTube that I'm wondering if it's this guy. And it was hilarious. It was what's called a promposal. It was the sweetest thing ever. Like, my wife was so mad. But I guess when he was in high school, he did a promposal to his girlfriend then, still girlfriend now. And I looked at that and I'm like, damn, that's pretty awesome. And my wife looked at me and goes, yeah, I used to do stuff like that. Why don't you do stuff anymore? Anyway, he got me in trouble. But knowing that he did that, in my first question to him in the interview, as we said hello, we had our greeting, we did our greeting and our warm up and the stuff we normally do. I did a little bit of an order of the day, and then I went into my first warm up question, which I wasn't sure if it was him or not. So I asked, are you the guy that did the promposal on YouTube? And he goes, oh my God. And he turned to his girlfriend and says, oh my God, this guy on the phone saw the promposal. And how do you guys think that went? Right? How do you guys think that went? He saw me connect with him in a way that probably nobody else, he goes, no one else has ever brought that up. So he knows I'm looking at him like a human being. He knows I'm talking to him like a human being. And as he went through, he said, what kind of questions you had? And all I did was go back through my script, step by step by step by step. And I literally asked questions about what is his business doing? What are some things that are positives? What are negatives? Why he's doing what he's doing? You know, why he's reaching out, why he's even starting a sales team, why he's not doing it himself. And for him, the need to scale, the need to do more, the need to level up, because he goes, there's only so much time in a day, and I got too many leads coming in. I need a team of people that can sell for me. And so as we started to go down that route, he started to open up. He shared with me his passions, his dreams, where he wants the business to go. And the cool part is, as I asked those questions, I got him to open up. You could tell that his trust in me was increasing, because I could very quickly define his problems. And I really didn't have to tell him his problems. He got to tell the problems to me. Like, he was able to, because of the questions I asked, I forced him to think through some of his issues, his shortcomings. And he was awesome. He's an awesome, awesome guy. He's a young guy too. And I laughed because just at my age, I'm 39 right now, knowing that I'm be working for somebody who's in 20-somethings, wow, I got a lot of people hit me up. But nothing like, I'm super excited because of his passion, his excitement, and what he's doing for his business. And I talked to him at the end and I said, the truth is, man, I just need to know that if I'm gonna help somebody, they gotta be passionate about it. It has to be worth it for them. Like, this is something that has to be more than just about money. It's about helping people. It's about reaching your goals, reaching your place in life. Like, that's what stood out to me as, all right, this guy I'm willing to work for. And so the truth is, the package sizes are a little bit smaller than I'd prefer to be in, but the commission percentages are a lot higher. And so we're gonna check it out. So I actually start, I've been, you know, as of this filming, I'm gonna start tomorrow in the filming, but by the time this airs, I'll probably have done a week of it. So I'll be able to talk a little bit more about it later. But I'm really excited. The biggest thing, you know, the 3 takeaways I took is, one, you know, stick to your script. Stick to your script. You have that process in place, being able to follow that, because even when I was on that phone, that's a sales pitch. It's, hey, where you are, where you trying to get to, what's stopping you from getting there, and, you know, why haven't you done it on your own, right? Once you have all of that, then you can insert yourself as a reason to fix it, right? Same thing we do in timeshare. Hey, where do you vacation? Why do you like to go there? You know, what's stopping you from doing it more often? You don't have a plan in place. Okay, so why don't we get you a plan in place, right? Whatever it is, whatever the thought process is, whatever The tool is, hey, say it's an in-house tour. Hey, why aren't you able to get what you want? Well, do you have the priorities where you need? You know, how to like the vacation? Well, why didn't you get enough points to have the priorities? Because even if you own there, if you don't have enough points, the priority doesn't matter. There's a whole part of that, right? Is being able to be consultative, understanding their needs, and being able to come at it. So, like for me, that was the big thing. And so I lost track. So 3 big takeaways. One is follow the script. Follow the script, follow the script, follow the script. It's there for you. Use it. Follow it. Number 2 is try to set a hook. Like try to connect with them in some way. My big hook was talking about something that had nothing to do with this. Letting him know that I actually took some time to get to know who he was as a human being. That's going to be good. So on timeshare, how you would set the hook is actually do a good warm up. Actually listen to what they're talking about and lay a hook based on, hey, I get you, I understand you, I know where you're coming from. And number 3 is set the gap. You have to set the gap. You have to set the gap, right? You follow your scripting, right? And if you do that right, you'll set the gap. But what I mean by set the gap is you got to have a where they are right now, where they want to go, and you have to be able to put yourself as the only bridge that allows them to get there, okay? They're over here, they want to get here, and you become that bridge. And the more you can do that, whether it's your product, your service, or yourself, then you can go ahead and you can start making sales. You can start closing people on a single phone call. None of this, hey, you know what, can we talk later? None of that stuff. It's about being able to start here. Here's where you are. Here's where you want to go. Let me show you how when you go through me, you can get there. So that's all I wanted to share. So that was a good thing that happened this week. I'm really excited. I'm going to let you guys know more about how the leads have been coming and how my reaching out and my lead generation, which I'm not that good at, comes along. But again, it starts here. If I tell myself I'm not good, I'm not good. So beginning tomorrow morning, I'm a master of lead generation. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to get out there. We're going to make it work. And the truth is, once all this COVID mess leaves, boom, this thing should wrap up really, really fast. And so with that, again, I hope it's a little long-winded, but I just want to share my story. But again, this is Kaleo with Sales Story Ninja. If you guys like this, go ahead and like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm still learning about this podcasting thing. Anyway, like, subscribe, follow. Peace. Have an amazing, amazing day. Aloha.